What's up YouTube? It's me, Jess, and I'm an opera singer. Today's video is going to be a performance analysis of Louis Armstrong performing What a Wonderful World. Let's go.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
This was so short, yet so iconic, I couldn't pause in between. There is something very distinct about Louis Armstrong and his performances, and it's not just his sound. Yes, his sound and his speaking voice is very distinctive from the rest. When you hear Louis Armstrong speak, you know it's Mr. Armstrong. However, there's also so much more nuance to his performances than just the distinctive sound of his voice. And you can see it and then you can also hear it. It's a combination of the two. He does certain things with his face that shape vowels in distinctive ways. And then because of his grit and the natural rasp in his voice, you can actually hear him kind of take that a step further and kind of grunt through the ends of his phrases or do a clearing of his throat type of sound at the end of his phrases.
And much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself,
it's something that is just unlike anything else. It really is spectacular. I like that he stays true to that no matter what. It reminds me too of his dedication to his trumpet. If you don't know the story of Louis Armstrong, definitely go look it up. But my God, the trumpet was his everything. He played it when doctors told him not to. He suffered severe injuries on his lips, as you can see, because of his dedication to playing his instrument. That was his pride and joy. To see the dedication transfer from his instrument playing to his singing and performance is just something to admire and something to learn from. You may not like his sound, fair enough, you don't have to, but there is a certain level of respect, at least I have, for the amount of hours and the dedication and the love for just music. So let's look at the way he uses his mouth cavity to shape certain vowels and to see if we can hear how different that would sound if he were to do it, let's say, in a more traditional way. Let's look at the phrase, I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Looking at the first line, I see them bloom. If you pay attention to the way he sang that line, his mouth opened quite a bit for the first word I, and then immediately he closes his mouth to where his teeth are almost touching for the rest of the line.
I see them bloom.
And when you do that, you're constricting the mouth cavity and therefore manipulating the vowel to come out a very specific way because you haven't opened your mouth cavity. That dramatic mouth movement from open to where his teeth are almost touching and they are showing quite a bit when he performs is going to give a different resonance and is going to give different vowels. And if you noticed, on the word bloom, which has an oo vowel where your lips are pouted and they're rounded out, bloom, he's not doing that.
I see them bloom.
He is keeping his teeth close together and he is keeping his lips somewhat on that smile that you have for the word I see them bloom. Now, continuing on into the last part of this line, you can really see how much teeth he shows throughout the entire line of what a wonderful world. And that is very interesting considering the word world, you don't see teeth when you just say that word naturally. What a wonderful world. World. He does the exact opposite. Instead of your lips pouted somewhat and out to make that vowel, instead he keeps that really beautiful wide smile that he has and he sings through that for the word world. Not only that, he continues to keep that mouth position throughout the length of that note, and then I believe adds a bit of vibrato by shaking his jaw some.
What a wonderful world.
Now, that's going to come, of course, with age. Your vibrato is going to change. You may have habits that are too hard to control as you age in terms of, let's say, the way your jaw moves. That's just something that happens naturally. So to see that highlighted and emphasized is so interesting because it does play a huge role in his iconic sound. And when he goes to sing the word world, you can hear the first part of that vowel, w, you can hear that pretty well. But then as the note progresses, he kind of shifts to a vowel I can't even really interpret. I really don't know what vowel it is or what vowel to call it.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
But the song is so iconic and it is in the title of the song, so he can get away with that. All of that to say, it just lends to this idea of what makes Louis Armstrong iconic and what technique is he using consistently in order to get out that Louis Armstrong sound. Another thing that is iconic in this performance is the idea of conversation. Yes, he is singing the melodic line, but to do it in a way that sounds conversational is a technique that is very hard to teach and very hard to master. This idea of not over singing, not even making things sound beautiful, which is kind of hard to get over as a singer, but to just tell the story.
The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I
to say the text, to mean the text, and to say it convincingly. That should be at the forefront of all performances. Do you believe in what you're saying? And can you deliver that text convincingly? This is such an iconic performance of what that means. What beautiful lyrics these are. What a wonderful world. Observing what you see out in the world, not taking it for granted, appreciating it despite what chaos you may have going on in your own life. That's what this song means to me. If you liked all that you saw, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Comment down below what performance by your favorite artist you would like me to do a performance analysis on. Lastly, make sure you check out the description box for ways you can keep in touch with me, get access to exclusive perks, and or check out the Soprano Notes blog. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!